The Williams sisters are looking good. Nadal looking tired. And the Aussie Open is on the horizon, so we sat down with a two-time champ here on Tennisweek. Hey everyone, I'm Carrie Milbank, and this is Tennisweek, your one-stop shop for everything in the world of tennis. The off-season, if you can call it that, came and went, and it's already time to get ready for the first major of '08. The best in the world are making their way down under, preparing for this year's Australian Open. So it's time to get you up to speed. Here's your news and notables. Well, it might have been an exhibition, but Venus Williams made some noise this weekend with a solid win over 5th-ranked Maria Sharapova 6-4, 6-3 in the final of the JB Group Classic exhibition in Hong Kong. This comes right on the heels of sister Serena's impressive play, securing the 5th consecutive Hopman's Cup with partner Marty Fish just a few days earlier. Look for the sisters coming into Melbourne with a ton of steam. Mikhail Yuzhny won the 4th title of his career over the weekend with a 6-0, 6-1 stomping of, can't believe this one, Rafael Nadal in the final of the Chennai Open. Was Yuzhny overly confident after the victory? Well, not exactly. He explains after the match, Rafa was not Rafa. I did not win today. It was Rafa who lost. I was lucky he just couldn't move and couldn't play. Well, the ever-gracious Nadal responded with, quote, "Maybe I was a bit tired after the long semi-final," referring, of course, to an epic semi against Spaniard Carlos Moya. But he says, I quote, "lost the final because Mikhail played very well." And doubles specialist Michael Lodra made the most of his alternates entrance to Adelaide after fellow countryman Richard Gasquet pulled out with a bum knee. Lodra didn't lose his serve all week and celebrated the win with a dip in the Torrens River. Hey, wait a minute, haven't we seen this before? This kind of reminds me of another famous Australian bathing moment. Yes, that fine form there is by none other than two-time Australian Open champ Jim Courier. We sat down with the former world's #1 to ask him about this and everything else Australia.
Well, the dive of the era was a challenge that my coach Brad Stein had issued to me. Said, if you win this thing, I'm diving into this river that we would jog by every day. You know, after the match was over, we surprised a bunch of the tennis fans who were leaving and walking up to the public transportation by basically splitting them and going straight into the river on a dive. And I'd find out the next morning in the newspaper that it was the 18th most polluted river in the world.
What makes the Australian Open so unique?
Well, I think this is the most, it's the easiest event for all the players to play, and it's the friendliest event, I think. And it's the first big one of the year, and the fans there are absolutely incredible.
Click through to the video section for more with tennis legend Jim Courier. Jim got us thinking here at the show, what is it exactly that makes Australia, Australia? So we decided to make it our topic of the day.
The Australian is unique in that it's the first one of the year.
The Australian Open has always been the most relaxed and the most fun Grand Slam that you can play in.
It's a carnival atmosphere. People paint their faces.
You have the guys up there drinking their beer, yelling for their players.
You get down there and for about 4 or 5 days, your head is spinning.
You know, going to Australia, you better be physically fit to handle the heat, the best of 5, the night conditions, all that.
You walk outside the hotel and it hits you like a wall of lava. It is so hot.
That's it for today, but tune in throughout the Australian Open starting Monday, January 14th for video highlights, live scoring, live audio, expert editorial, and everything in between right here on Tennisweek. See you then.